Alright, we're starting with Route 1. We finished Judges last time. Working with Route 1, yeah. Okay, good stuff. Naomi loses her husband and sons. In the days when the Judges ruled, there was a famine in the land. So a man from Bethlehem in Judah, together with his wife and 2 sons, went to live for a while in the country of Moab. This man's name was Elimelech, and his wife was Naomi. And the names of his 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Ephrathites from Bethlehem, Judah, and they went to Moab and lived there. Now Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. They married a Moabite woman, one named Orch and the other Ruth. After they had lived there about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left without her 2 sons and her husband. Naomi and Ruth returned to Bethlehem. When Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, she and her daughter-in-law prepared to return home from there. When Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people to provide food for them, daughter-in-law came prepared to return home from there. With her 2 daughters-in-law, she left the place where she had been living and set out on the road that would take them back to the land of Judah. Then Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. May the Lord show you kindness, as you have shown kindness to the dead husbands and to me. May the Lord grant that each of you will rest in the home of another husband." Then she kissed them goodbye, and they wept aloud and said, "I will go back with you to your people." But Naomi said, "Return home, my daughters. Why will you come with me? Am I going to have more sons who could become your husbands? Return home, my daughters. I am too old to have another husband. Even if I thought there was still hope for me, even if I had a husband tonight, and then gave birth to sons, would you wait until they grow up? Would you remain unmarried until then?" "No, my daughters, it is more bitter for me than for you, because the Lord's hand has turned against me." And at this they wept aloud again. Then Orach kissed his mother-in-law goodbye, but Ruth clung to her. "Look," said Naomi, "your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go back with her." But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Will you die? Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. So the 2 women went on until they came to Bethlehem. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred because of them, and the woman exclaimed, "Can't it be Naomi? Don't call me Naomi," she told them, "call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away Oh, really? I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. Why call me Naomi? The Lord has afflicted me, the Almighty has brought misfortune upon me." So Naomi returned from Moab, accompanied by Ruth the Moabite, her daughter-in-law, arriving in Bethlehem as the barley harvest was beginning. "Because the Almighty has made my life very bitter." I went away full, but the Lord. So what the fuck? Naomi's daughters go back. May the Lord show you kindness. What the fuck happened here? Okay, so she moved away. She was left without husbands, okay. The guy ate and provided food for them. She went there, but then they went to her. Son returned to Moab, going by Ruth and Moabite, her daughter-in-law, arriving in Bethlehem as the berry harvest was beginning. Respect. Ruth meets Boaz in the grain field. Respect. Now Naomi had a relative on her husband's side, a man standing from the clan of Elimelech, whose name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said to Naomi, "Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftover grain behind anyone in whose eyes I found favor." Naomi said to her, "Go ahead, my daughter." So she went out, entered the field, and began to glean behind the harvest. As it turned out, she was working in a field belonging to Boaz, who was from the clan of Elimelech. Just then Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord will be with you." "The Lord bless you," they answered. Boaz asked the overseer of the harvester, "Who does this young woman belong to?" The overseer replied, "She is Moabite who came back from Moab." She said, "Please let me glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvesters." She came to the field and had remained here from morning till night, except for a short rest in the shelter. Okay. So Boaz said to Ruth, "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me. Watch the field where the men are harvesting, and follow along after the woman." How long is the next one? Oh, I can just read them all, I think. "I have told the man not to lay a hand on you, and whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink from the water jars the men have filled." At this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She asked him, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Boaz replied, "I have been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother in your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. May you continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord." She said, "You have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servants." At mealtime, Boaz said to her, "Come over here, have some bread and dip it in the wine vinegar." When she sat down with the harvesters, he offered her some roasted grain. She ate all she wanted and had some left over. As she got up to glean, Boaz gave orders to the men, "Let her gather among the sheaves and don't reprimand her. Even put out some stalks for her from the burdens and leave them for her to pick, and don't rebuke her." Why is she gathering leaves? "Let me go to the fields and pick up leftover grain behind anyone." Why are you doing this? Okay, so Ruth gleaned in the field until evening. Then she threshed the barley she had gathered, and it amounted to about an ephah. She carried it back to town, and her mother-in-law saw how much she had gathered. Ruth also brought out and gave her what she had left over after she had eaten enough. Her mother-in-law asked, "Where did you glean today? Where did you work? Blessed be the man who took notice of you." Ruth told her mother-in-law about the one at whose place she had been working. "The name of the man I worked for today is Boaz," she said. "The Lord bless him." Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, He has not stopped showing his kindness to the living and the dead, she added. This man is our close relative, he's one of our guardian redeemers. I was thinking she was gonna bang him or something. That would be kinda incest. Then Ruth and the Moabite said, he even said to me, stay with my workers until they finish harvesting all my grain. Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter, no, it would be good for you, my daughter, to go with the woman who worked with him. Because in someone else's field you might be harmed. So Ruth stayed close to the woman of Boaz to clean until the barley and the wheat harvest were finished, and she lived with her mother-in-law. Ruth and Boaz at the threshing floor. One day Ruth's mother-in-law Naomi said to her, my daughter, I must find a home for you where you will be provided for. Now Boaz, with this woman you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he will be winnowing barley. Blow a current on air. Barley on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfume and get dressed in your best clothes, then go to the threshing floor, but do not let him know you're there until he has finished eating and drinking. When he lies down, know the place where he's lying, then go and uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do. Hold up. I will do whatever you say, Ruth answered. She went down to the threshing floor and did everything her mother-in-law told her to do. When Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirit, he went over to lie down at the far end of the grain pile. Ruth approached quietly, uncovering his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night, something startled the man. He turned, and there was a woman lying at his feet. Who are you? He asked. What? I'm your servant Ruth, she said. Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a guardian redeemer of our family. Then the Lord bless you, my daughter, he replied. The kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the young men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character. Although it is true that I am a guardian redeemer of our family, there is another who is more closely related than I. Stay here for the night, and in the morning, if he wants to do his duty as your guardian redeemer, good, let him redeem you. But if he is not willing, assure that the Lord gives you, I'll do it. I'll do it. Lie here until morning. Let him redeem you. Ruth 3:13 meaning. What does redeemer mean? Well, I can't read. What's happening? Ruth came to her sperm, Naomi asked. So she lay at his feet until morning, but got up before anyone could be recognized. And he said, no one must know that the woman came to the threshing floor. He also said, bring me the slough you're wearing and hold on to it. Okay. When she did so, he poured into it 6 measures of barley and placed the bundle on her. Then he went back to town. When Ruth came to her mother-in-law, Naomi asked, how did it go, my daughter? Then she told her everything Boaz had done for her, and added he gave me 6 measures of barley, saying, don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed. Then Naomi said, wait, my daughter, until you find out what happens, for the men will not listen to you, the matter is settled today. What am I reading? Boaz marries Ruth. Meanwhile, Boaz went, wait, isn't he a relative? What the fuck? That's still incest. Whatever. It's kinda incest. Yeah, because the mother-in-law is relative to him, so yeah, okay. Meanwhile, Boaz went up to the town gate and sat down there just as the guardian redeemer he had mentioned came along. Boaz said, come over here, my friend, and sit down. So he went over and sat down. Boaz took 10 of the elders of the town, said, sit there, and they did so. Then he said to the guardian redeemer, Naomi, who has come back from Moab, is selling the price of land that belonged to a relative Elimelech. I thought I should bring the matter with your attention and suggest that you buy it in the presence of those seated here, in the presence of the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, do so, but if you will not, tell me so I will know, for no one has the right to do it except you, and I'm next in line. I will redeem it, he said. Then Boaz said, on the day you buy the land from Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the dead man's widow, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his property. And this, the guardian redeemed said, then I cannot redeem it because I might endanger my own estate. You redeem it yourself, I cannot do it. Now, in earlier times in Israel, for the redemption and transfer of property to become final, one party took off his sandal and gave it to the other. This was a method of legal introduction in Israel. So the guardian redeemer said to Boaz, buy it yourself, and he removed his sandal. Then Boaz announced to the others and all his people, today you witness that I have brought from Naomi all the property of Elimelech, Chilion, and Mahon. I have also acquired Ruth the Moabite, Mahal's widow, as my wife, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his property, so his name will not disappear from among his family or from his hometown. Today you are a witness. Then the elders and all the people, the guy said, we are witness. May the Lord make the woman who is coming to your home like Rachel and Leah, who together built up the family of Israel. May you have standing in Ephratah and be famous in Bethlehem, though the offspring the Lord gives you by this young woman. May your family be like that of Perez, whom Tamar before bore to Judah. Naomi gained a son, so Barak took Naomi and she became his wife. When he made love with her, the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. The woman said to Naomi, praise the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer. Is incest allowed in Israel? What is this? Oh, so I go to this row. Linear ancestor and sentence with what the fuck? That shit's wild. So incest is allowed in fucking Israel. Holy shit. That's a very cool Wikipedia page, whatever. May he become famous throughout Israel. He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age for your daughter-in-law who loves you and who is better than you. Then 7 sons has given him birth. Then Naomi took the child in her arms and carried him out. The woman living there said, Naomi has a son, and they named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. The genealogy of David. This is the family line of Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Who the fuck is Perez? What? Ah. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nashon. Nashon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz the father of Obed. Obed the father of Jesse. And Jesse the father of David. How big is Samuel? That was not hard at all to read. Oh, that was the last short one. Then I have shit ton of long ones. Samuel 1, Samuel 2, Kings 1, Kings 2, Chronicles 1, Chronicles 2. I have many short ones, one long one. There's so much left. Holy shit, I'm like 25% done with it all. I mean, I read 2000 in that amount of time. That's just gonna take like what? 10 days? 20, 30, 9, blah 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 blah. Matthew, Luke, John. Holy shit. Okay, when is the 50% mark? Job. Holy shit, I'm gonna be sad. Whatever, we keep going and it's gonna end soon, at some point. It could even be fun. Samuel 1, Samuel 2, Kings 1, Kings 2, Chronicles 1, Chronicles 2. Like, all of this shit. It's basically 19%, 20. And those ones are short, that's kinda short, that's kinda long, kinda short. Not that bad. I think I'll do it. I just gotta keep moving type shit. GG, that's the video. Thank you for watching.